Welcome back, students. In the earlier lecture, we were able to catch the layer that the user is looking for, and now we'll do something with the layer. Actually, we'll display the layer separately in our map and zoom into that feature. Okay, let's do that. So in the layer, so if any layer has been found, if there is a layer, then we'll do something, or else we'll call the bulb error function, and not the bulb error function will catch this bulb error. Okay, and if there is no layer, or if the false has been returned, in that case we set it HTML that bulb not found. Okay, and if the layer has been found, then we will do something. So actually let's console log the layer here again, because I want to show you some properties in the layer. So let's refresh it, and I think albeit is still there. No, not there. Let's copy it from here. Let's copy the bulb ID, shift, paste it here, find bulb. Also open the console log, console panel, and see the new class. Here we have the feature, and inside the feature we have the properties. So if I'm interested in the properties, we can catch that with the feature.properties. Okay, so let's do that. We'll be needing that. So here I'll catch the properties and I'll call it attribute, in short at. So it will be layer, inside the layer feature dot properties. Okay, and after the layer we are interested in another thing called let long method. So there is the let long on it, please. This is the lat long, or latitude longitude. So we're interested in this latitude longitude. So we can catch this latitude longitude by calling the get let long method. So let's do that, and we can see that how we can do that by layer get lat long. Get lat long. Okay, get lat long method, and let's also log it to see that actually what we are getting. Console log layer get lat long. Okay, and let's copy this thing again, refresh it, open our console panel, and this is the latitude and longitude. So we're able to catch the latitude and longitude. Okay, so now we use these things to make a separate layer and display that on our web map. Okay, so let's layer search. I will use another defined variable. I define another JavaScript variable and call it layer search, and I use this variable often. So I will define it at the top of my JavaScript here. Say I call it var layer search. Okay. And if a layer search is there, I'll do l.circle. I'll create a circle with the lat long layer dot get lat long method. Okay. So I give it the latitude longitude, and after that I will give it some parameter which will style it, which will define the styling. So I'll set the radius to 20. I'll set the color to maybe red, and I'll set the weight, WERGST weight, to 10, and I'll set the opacity to 0.6 or say 0.5. I'll make it semi-transparent or half transparent, and I'll set the fill opacity to 0.3. Okay, let's set it a double. It will look good, 0.6. After that has been done, I will add to map. Add to my map. Okay. Layer search. Okay, let's get rid of these two things. Console log, we do not need this anymore. Okay, now let's see that whether it is working or not. That, refresh it, paste it, paste it here, find val. Actually, see it is working. So there is a red circle marker inside this val, and if you see the valve ID, and this is okay, this is another valve ID. So maybe it is not working. So we need to check why it is not working. This one is the ID, this one is the ID. Find valve. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, so I have paused the video and I have found the problem. Actually, there was no problem, but I didn't know that actually these two valves, the first valve and this valve. Okay, let's refresh it and show it from the beginning. So if we put the valve ID with 01, is showing at that location, and now we cannot see the valve ID, but if we bring the valve layers on the top of it, we are seeing the valve ID is 50. So it seems that it is not working, but actually the problem is that, or actually these two valves are located in the same place. That's why it is showing so. So if we select this ID in our QGIS and flash feature, flashing at that point, and let's go to the same valve is on 50 and flash feature. So it is at the same location. So therefore, it is showing at the same location. Okay. So let's try it with another valve. Maybe with this on, and this one has ID of 09. Okay. 09. So find valve. So you see it is working there. And the first problem is that it is not zooming to that location. Though we have a circle marker, and this layer, and when you are searching for a new valve, this circle marker should be gone from the map, and only the recent circle marker should be visible on the map. Okay, so let's fix these problems. Here, after we have successfully searched the layer, I'll change my map view. So I'll set my map dot set view. Okay, and I'll set the view to layer dot get left long. Sorry, and get left long to the coordinates. Get okay. As long it will give me the coordinates, and here I will set to the zoom level of 20. So it should set me the zoom level, and in order to get rid of the older circle marker, I check if a layer search is already on the map. If it is available on the map, I will just remove that. Okay, layer search dot remove. Let's remove it, and I'll do another thing. Okay, let's check it that whether it's working or not. Okay, I'll copy that, remove that, and after that, let's paste it here, find valve. You see, it is now working. Maybe I'll zoom to 20 zoom is okay. Maybe 21 zoom will be good. 21. And another thing is that this valve layer, if we hover over it, it is like at the behind of other two layers. So we'll bring it to front when someone query a feature for this layer. So how you can do that? Here, I will say the valves, and I'll set, I'll call bring to front method. Bring to front. Okay, it's another leaflet method. Bring to front. So it should bring the layer to the front. Now let's copy that, find valve. Now see, this layer is in the top, and if we hover over, we can see the properties. Okay, so our layer search is working, and now I want to fill up this portion with some data. So let's do that. And if we have like this random number, and this valve ID does not exit find valve, it will give us an warning that valve not found. And because we set the color dark salmon, if you remember, and this is the use of that dark salmon color, it looks really good. The valve not found. Okay. And if the valve has been found, we want to put some information here. Okay, so let's do that. And that field, that div is called valve information. I'll catch that. Okay, write that here. Valve information. And I'll set the HTML. First, I'll show the valve type. Again, I'll do some string concatenation, add dot. Sorry. Okay, let's save it. So I'm sticking to press that. Just keep the view. Here. Okay, so our attribute table, let's look at attribute table. There is our valve type and the diameter and the location, visibility. And what things do we have other in that? The remarks field maybe. I think I'm not invested in the remarks field. So I'll show the valve ID, not the valve ID, the type, DMA ID, diameter, location, turn, and visibility. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. So I'll write here and the type, valve type. After that, I'll put a break. And after that, the DMA ID, where it is located at dot DMA ID. After that, the diameter in millimeter and dot diameter. And after that, I'll put another break and the tran status. And I put add dot down. This is the column name. And after that, I'll put another break and I'll say the visibility, add dot visibility. Okay, it should be good enough. So let's check it whether it is working or not. Let's remove that. Sorry. Let's copy the valve information, valve ID again. Actually, I'll do something in the next section maybe, which will autocomplete our valve ID field. Okay. So until that time, let's do it manually. Okay, my mistake. Set content. So here, find valve, and now we have this beautiful looking. We have the information also available here: valve type, valve ID, valve diameter, turn status, visibility. Maybe I'll also put the location. And make some gap in between this input and the information, so it will look nice. Okay, so let's do that. I'll put the location here. Put a break. Say location. After that, add dot location, save it. And as I said, maybe I'll get some space here so that it looks good. So I'll maybe create a 20 pixel or sorry, a 10 pixel or 15 pixel gap in between the search option and the valve information div. Now let's take a look at how it's appearing. Open the div, put the valve information there, search for it. Now it's looking really good. Okay. So in the next lecture, we'll see that how we can do something that is called autocomplete. So every time we are typing this or copying that from our attribute table, but we don't want to do that. We want to develop something that will autocomplete our input field for us. So let's do that on the next lecture. See you on the next lecture.